Hey everyone, this is Chug from Keyboard Gaming, and today we are going to be doing something a little bit different than we normally do. Our biggest things on the channel are list videos, which do very well, and recently we've been putting out a lot of gaming videos, and we wanted to try something different. We're going to do some news stuff. You'll have to excuse me though, because we're used to following scripts for videos, and today I'm going full no script. So if I sound kind of awkward or weird, just know that this is our first time doing this type of video, and we hope you enjoy it. Also, consider checking out our podcast, which we put out every Wednesday, and we talk about games that we've played, gaming news. So if you're ever interested in that, just go check that out. All links of that are in the description. Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below, whether you liked the video or you didn't like the video, and also let us know what games you're looking forward to in the next year. So the first thing we want to talk about is the Unity situation. For those who don't know, I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of this because there is a lot of information, and if you want to know more, go look it up online. I'll also put it down in the description below to check out an article that I am using for this video, so if you're ever interested in that, go check it out. To sum up exactly what happened, on the 12th of September in 2023, which is this month, Unity introduced a fee that activates and charges developers of high-performing games each time the title is installed by a user or player. So what that means is, anytime that someone downloads a Unity game, so whether that be Rust is a big Unity game, Cult of the Lamb is on Unity, which is an indie game. There are a lot of games built on Unity. And yes, the Unity did take a fee, even before this new install fee, because the developers used their engine to make their game. The unfortunate part is that they're not going to take away that fee, they're going to hit them with more fees. The downside of this is that it doesn't matter even if the game is pirated or not. So people can actually pirate a game and then download it 6 to 7, 8, how many times they want, and the developer will be charged for those installs. Daniel Suman, the developer of two big games, Crab Game and Muck, which are two small little indie games that he made himself, he said that under this new Unity fee, he will owe $5.6 million for just Crab Game. He would be charged 20 cents for every install after the game has been downloaded over 200,000 times, and that would be around 200,000 US dollars in revenue owed. They said that this new fee system will go into effect on January 1st of 2024, but as of the 18th of September, they did apologize to everybody, which doesn't get them out of the situation, but it is something. So if you want to know more about all of the information, I did put links in the description for everything you need to know for Unity. So I think that's it for this. I don't want to talk about it anymore just because it is a very sensitive topic right now, but we do need to keep it on our minds because this type of thing could change the gaming industry forever. Another really interesting thing that we could talk about is the iPhone 15, which it was announced on September 12th, and it is looking to be a really, really powerful phone. They did announce that you'll be able to play Resident Evil 4, which is the remake, by the way, Resident Evil Village, AC Mirage, and Death Stranding. Normally, iPhones aren't really supposed to be in gaming news, but since it's going to have that hardware wired inside of it, it could actually be an extremely powerful device. Mobile gaming has been kind of iffy in the past 5-10 years after they figured that monetization, like the shops in the games, they make so much money that it is actually bigger than the regular gaming industry just because everybody owns a phone. The ease of access to pay for anything in a store is extremely simple, and these types of games prey on the people that get addicted to it. These are different. These are fully fledged AAA games that are available on a phone. So we're just going to have to see when the iPhone 15 comes out, how these games run, and how fun they are to play them on phone. Let's say you don't have a controller and you need to use the actual screen. Let's see how good the actual controls are. There's not much information other than that, anything else of the iPhone is not really considered gaming news, so we're not going to cover that, but we just wanted to mention that. Another small little tidbit of information that we got is that Stray, which is one of our favorite indie games from the past couple of years, and maybe even one of our favorites of all time, is actually getting an animated movie. I don't know how they're going to pull this off, but they need to keep to what the game had to offer with their world building, or else I don't know how they're going to do it. It's actually a really cool idea. It's just the actual outcome of everything, how they pull it off. That needs to work, or else it's going to be a flop, just like all other video game adaptations, except The Last of Us. Another really big piece of information is Starfield, which, if you haven't heard of Starfield, I don't know where have you been, you're probably under a rock somewhere, but Starfield is Bethesda's new RPG, which it takes place in space, and if you don't know much about it, go look it up, because we did play it, and it was really, really good. We might do a podcast on it at some point, but apparently Starfield is the biggest launch ever for a Bethesda game, which is crazy. If you do have Game Pass, you can actually play it. I do say this for free, but technically Game Pass is not for free, so I apologize if it's basically free. Xbox Game Pass is you pay $10 and you get access to a lot of games, but it apparently had the biggest launch ever for a Bethesda game, which is crazy. It surpassed over 6 million players as of September 7th, which is the day after the game released. There were a few issues with the game, like optimization in the main cities, and AMD did pay them to keep DLSS out of the game for a little bit, but they are adding DLSS support at some point in the near future. Nobody knows the exact date they're going to add it, but they are adding DLSS for those with 20, 30, and 40 series, which is super nice because the game already ran pretty well in the interiors of the buildings, which that's kind of a necessary thing, but once you get outside, it doesn't run amazingly well, so them adding DLSS is amazing. If you like Bethesda RPGs and you haven't played Starfield yet, we would highly recommend it. Get it on Game Pass and try it out for yourself, and if you do really like it, you can get it on Steam. Sorry, PlayStation, it is not on PlayStation because of Microsoft, so it's only on PC and Xbox, so that's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. You know, last year, Overwatch 2 released, and Blizzard themselves literally said that there was going to be a new co-op mode introduced in the game. Well, recently, they have had a lot of controversy around their game. They're canceling all these different projects, which the whole reason for Overwatch 2 existing was because of this co-op mode they canceled, which is really, really stupid. But they finally launched Overwatch 2 on Steam and made it free to play. But it is now the lowest rated game on Steam with over 187,000 reviews, with only 10% of them being positive, that's unheard of. That is ridiculous. That is so many people giving negative reviews, which does need to have the negativity by it because of all the stupid decisions they made, but I just wanted to mention how low of a score it actually is getting on Steam. I know we mentioned Xbox Game Pass before, but I'm going to mention it again because there's a lot of good things happening with Game Pass, and there really is no downside to it. There's all these new games being released: Starfield, Sea of Stars, Lies of P, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Party Animals. There's so many good games that you could play just by paying $10 a month. But Microsoft are actually doing something new. They're doing Xbox streaming, but with PCs. So PC streaming. So if you get the Ultimate, Xbox Ultimate, you can actually stream games from an Xbox to whatever device you have. Doesn't matter if it's your phone, doesn't matter if it's your PC, doesn't matter if it's a laptop, you can stream. But now they're actually going to be streaming from desktop computers, which is amazing because you'll be able to, let's say Starfield on console is only 30 FPS. You'll be able to play that game higher than 30 FPS. Maybe they'll lock it to 60 FPS. Even then, that would be way better than the console itself. But it is really, really cool that they confirmed streaming of PCs. So if you want to support them, go buy Game Pass and then play all the games that are in Game Pass, because There are really no downsides to it, and if you're low on money, it is a perfect way to get a catalog of games that you can play at any time. One funny piece of information that's happening in the next couple weeks is Marvel's Avengers. You've definitely heard of it, and a lot of people talk a lot bad about it, but right now you can go and get it for $4. But what the funny part is, the game will actually be delisted from Steam on September 30th. So if you have had any interest in picking the game up, this will be one of your last choices to pick the game up. So sorry if you do not get a chance to purchase the game before September 30th, because once September 30th hits, you won't be able to purchase the game anymore. They did say that the servers are staying up, but you won't be able to buy the game anymore. You might be able to find keys online from people, but you can't actually purchase it through the stores at that point. So if you do want to pick up Marvel's Avengers, try to do it before the 30th. And if you do, have at it. Enjoy the game for what it is, I guess. The final thing we wanted to cover are new game releases from the past month or even the next couple weeks. So first we wanted to cover some stuff that has already released, which there's a lot of stuff that's already released so far. So Armored Core launched on August 25th, and it retails for $60 US. Sea of Stars launched on August 29th and retails for $35 US. Under the Waves launched on August 29th and retails for $30 US. Trine 5: A Clockwork Conspiracy launched on August 31st and is $30 US. Starfield obviously launched on September 6th and is worth $70, but technically $10 if you get it through Game Pass. A Cake Solotl, that's a weird word to say, launched on September 14th and is worth $19 US. Deceit 2 launched on September 14th and is worth $15 US. Dune Spice Wars, which is a little odd because if you look on Steam, it's in mixed reviews currently. That launched on the 14th in 1.0. The game has already been out for a while, but that is $35 US, which if you do have Game Pass, you can play it through that. Lies of P, which is an incredible game, still haven't beat it yet, but it is amazing, launched on September 18th for $60 US. Mortal Kombat 1 launched on the 19th for $70 US. Party Animals launched on the 20th, and that retails for $20 US. That is also on Game Pass. Payday 3 launched on the 21st of September for $40. That's also on Game Pass. And a couple DLCs are actually releasing. There is the Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty DLC, which launches on the 26th of December. And there is the Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways DLC, which I'm currently recording this before the 21st, so there's no pricing, or I haven't seen anything on it except the trailer. So be looking out for that. And let us know what your Game of the Year contender will be. There are a lot of games that came out this year, and still to come out, that Game of the Year is going to be very difficult to choose. A lot of people think that Tears of the Kingdom or Baldur's Gate 3 is going to make Game of the Year. As for us, neither of those games are Game of the Year for us. For me, I don't know 100%. We have to find out at the end of the year which games that we enjoyed the most, but we're just going to have to wait and see. So that pretty much covers everything in the past couple months, everything big at least. There's always something happening. And as I said in the beginning, I hope you enjoyed this type of video. Let us know down in the comments below if you do like this type of video. Remember to check out our podcast if you're interested in that. Also join our Discord. So everything we covered in this video, I put in the description, and I hope you check out all that stuff. So we hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.